Hey folks, once again it's me, RigorM71. I have a question for you. What would it be like if we could extend our vision beyond our current ability? To actually be able to see the world as it really is, unchained by the limitations of the human eye? Well, in the interest of science, I'm going to find out. Here we go. Okay. Wait for it. Wait a second. Okay, here we go. Meh. Pretty much what I expected. In 1963, American International Pictures released X, The Man with the X-Ray Eyes, to audiences. The movie attempts to explore the idea of what might happen if a scientist discovers a way to expand human vision to the point of being able to see through solid objects, as well as detect wavelengths the eye is not normally capable of picking up. The movie was directed by Roger Corman. Now considered a veteran of independent horror and science fiction, Corman based the movie on a script by writer Ray Russell and Robert Dylan. I could go on for hours discussing Corman's various directorial credits, but let's just say he's done a lot of stuff and been around forever. Welsh actor Ray Milland was chosen to play the featured main character Dr. James Xavier. Like Corman, Milland's career was extensive and ran from 1929 to 1985. He passed away in 1986, apparently from lung cancer. Other noteworthy films include The Lost Weekend from 1945 and Dial M for Murder from 1954. Shot on a budget of only $300,000, the film featured some surprisingly interesting special effects. Of course, now they would be dismissed as somewhat poor and amateurish, but for the early 60s they would have been considered fairly advanced optical effects. The movie actually won the Silver Spaceship Award the same year it was released, which was an award given out at the first annual Festival of Science Fiction Film in Italy. Even Roger Corman was apparently surprised at the movie's success and described it as a miracle. The story begins with Dr. Xavier describing his idea for an experiment to his personal physician. The idea, of course, consists of artificially extending human vision through chemical manipulation. When the doctor learns that Xavier is planning to conduct this experiment on himself, he is visibly disturbed and tells him that only the gods see everything. Xavier ignores his friend's sage advice and decides to go ahead with the experiment anyway. After initially conducting a trial test on a monkey that ends up dying of shock, he still doesn't get a clue that he should back off. Instead, he goes ahead and uses the eye drops he's developed on himself. It's at this point that events slowly start to grow out of his control. As the movie progresses, his extraordinary eyesight becomes increasingly enhanced and eventually develops beyond his ability to handle it, both physically and emotionally. After accidentally murdering his physician friend by pushing him out the window of a tall building, Xavier is forced to run from the authorities. He eventually ends up in a carnival freak show where he uses his unique abilities to amaze the audience. After the carnival manager, played by funny man Don Rickles, learns that his unique talent is actually real, he proposes that they set themselves up in a downtown office, where Xavier can work as a healer of sorts, diagnosing patients with the illnesses he sees by looking into their bodies. Eventually, this arrangement goes sour, and Rickles threatens to expose Xavier as the fugitive criminal he technically is. The doctor is forced to run away once again with his associate, this time across the desert and into Las Vegas. You can probably guess what he's forced to do there in order to obtain much-needed traveling cash.
Get me.
I'll stop my summary at this point in case you've never actually seen the film. I had actually not seen this movie until recently, which is odd since I've watched a number of Roger Corman and American International productions over the years. I honestly don't know how it escaped my radar. Regardless, I'd say it was worth watching and had an interesting premise. If you think you'd like to check it out, it's pretty easy to find and may even be lurking somewhere on the internet. So that pretty much wraps up this video. As always, hit the like button if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more classic movie reviews. Until then, take care, and of course, have fun.